And a real woman has real dreams. Can buy her own things, cause a real woman has her own means.
Hey pretty girls, if you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video and comment down below. Also, make sure you share this video and turn on those post notifications so you'll never miss another video when I post. So, if you're already a part of the Pretty Girl fam, then you already know this is a new segment on my channel called A Little Deeper, where I get a little deeper into my life, my thoughts, and just, yeah. So, today the title is, well, you already know from the title of the video, but the title of today's talk is, why is it hard for me to forgive? And like what I found out, and you're like, yeah. But before that, I told you guys I was going to be reading my scripture every day. So every time I do the video, then I'll make sure I read that scripture on camera if I'm doing a video that day. So let's see what today's scripture is. Today's scripture is Psalms 55:22. Cast your burden on the Lord, and he shall sustain you. He shall never permit the righteous to be moved. So that's today's scripture. So why is it hard for me to forgive? Honestly, thinking about it just making my breathing get off. 2018 was when I realized I had a hard time with forgiving. And that's when I was going through my postpartum stuff. And I was going to therapy and stuff, and I came up with it myself. I realized it myself, and I told, you know, the counselor or whatever, or the therapist or whatever. But before I get into that, so I was really like, probably since high school, I think is when I had like a hard time forgiving people, because I think that's when it like started, like just like, you know, you go through a lot in high school, like whether it's like friendships, relationships, like things change, and I feel like that's where ours started at. I feel like the reason it's hard for me to forgive people is because it's hard for me to forget what that person did. And I guess like you don't have to like forget to forgive, you can still like remember, but when I remember, it's not like just like a memory. It's like I get those same, I feel those same emotions when I think about like what happened. And this is like stuff that's happened with friends, with old friends, with like in relationships, like family. Like I just remember exactly how I felt at that moment. And I feel like that's why it's like hard for me to forgive. And I know like I've seen posts like all the time like, not forgiving somebody is basically like just stress on yourself because they're still living their life like at peace. Like some people don't even realize that they hurt you, and this is the people in your lives, like they don't even realize you're still mad about that stuff, or like you still get feelings towards that stuff. And I don't know, I just feel like, I don't know, when I start to remember, it's like the anxiety builds up, and so like I keep on like thinking about it. Or it's like sometimes like, you know, like stuff be like going too good, and then like my mind will like pick out some of the worst things like that happened, and then I'll just think about it, and then I get pissed all over. And like I said, like that's with anybody in my life, like I'll think about the worst thing that they did to me. I don't know, it's like I probably need therapy again, but we're not gonna talk about it. I'm laughing, but I'm serious. But yeah. And going off to like back to therapy in 2018, like that's when I was going through the postpartum stuff, and at the time I was having if you follow my other channel, you already know this stuff. It's like intrusive thoughts, and intrusive thoughts is like thoughts that you know like are not your thoughts, and it's just like random stuff, and you're just like, what, like why would that even come to my head? And that is what was like making me go into like depression. And the therapist was like trying to help me get through it, and I was telling, she was like, that's not you, like, your mind can play tricks on you, and you know, stuff like that. And so like, especially with the imbalance of hormones and like all of that, like the mind is a dangerous place. Like, but anyway, and so I was thinking about it one day, and I was like, the reason that it's probably hard for me to forgive other people is because like it's hard for me to forgive myself too. I don't know, it's like hard for me to forgive myself also, like with the stuff that was like going on, like the postpartum stuff, like the intrusive thoughts, like stuff that I realized I was wrong about later. Like that stuff still comes to my mind, and it's like, dang, Joy, forgive yourself. Like, dang, you prayed about it, like God forgave you, like forgive yourself. And I feel like I'm the person who hasn't forgiven myself for like stuff, and I don't know, and I feel like that's the reason it's hard for me to forgive other people. Like, if you can't forgive yourself, how can you be able to forgive like other people? And I feel like that's like what stresses me out too. Y'all, it's crazy. But I remember telling one of my old friends, I was like, I remember when I came to that realization, and she was like, I agree with you. She was like, it's really hard for you to forgive people. Like, you stay mad so long, or even when you were like, okay, you still have that stuff in the back of your head. And it's true. So I don't know, I've been like really trying to work on that, and actually like, and I get mad like really quickly. Been trying to work on that too, and I did good with that, like when I was like going to therapy, like not letting every little thing get to me. And honestly, life was so much better when you don't let everything get to you. Life is so much better when you can let everything get to you. Honestly, I'm praying on it, like, Lord, please help me learn to forgive myself. Help me to learn to forgive others around me, like all the time. In the name of Jesus, amen. But like, honestly. And so yeah, I'm still a work in progress, and forgiveness is some of the things I need to work on. And sometimes I be feeling like, you know, I did forgive that person for that, and then I end up getting mad about it again. I'm like, okay, like, if you forgave them, it's not going to affect you that same way. Y'all probably like, what is she talking about? She's all over the place. But honestly, like, first of all, that's not my mind. Like, it'd be like all over the place. I'll talk about like that in another video. But yeah. So if you are having trouble forgiving people or yourself, just do it. And I know it's easier said than done, because I'm still like struggling with that. Like, sometimes I feel like, girl, you done forgave yourself. Girl, you done forgave her. You done forgave him. You done forgave them. And then a trigger happens where I remember what happened. I'm like, no, you haven't. So if that's happening to you too, keep praying about it. Talk to someone you can trust about it. Whether that be a therapist, a mentor, a parent, a friend, but somebody that you can talk to, because it's not good to, like, you know, hold stuff in. I mean, I don't feel like everything is meant to be shared. Like, in this segment, we are getting a little deeper, but yeah, you guys will know me a little bit more, but you still won't really know me, because people are going to think they know me. And I mean, when you put your life out there, people do think they know you. You give them the leeway to give opinions and stuff. Learn to forgive, you guys. It's important. I'm still working on it, but I advise you to do it, to give yourself peace of mind. You will definitely live a happier life when you forgive the people around you. And you don't have to talk to them no more. Like, you can forgive people and get your distance. But as far as like being angry over stuff like constantly, it makes you bitter. And let me tell you, don't let that stuff get to you. So yeah. So if you like this video, I know that I got a little deep on there, and I'm gonna have to edit all up through there because I was losing topics and everything. But if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below if you struggle with any of like forgiveness or anything, or if you have struggled with it in the past, and maybe give me some insight on like how you got through it or what you're doing now to work past it. Also, don't forget to share this video because it definitely helps me out so we can keep growing this Pretty Girl fam. And make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and make sure you turn on those post notifications so you can be notified every time I post a new video, so you don't miss a hair video, a little deeper segment video, the hair ASMR video, a fitness video, a whatever type of video I decide to put out. But just make sure you don't miss that. Also, make sure you subscribe to my other channel, CB and JPENT, because we at 23K over there on that channel, and go watch those videos, share those videos also. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Everything I work for, everything I got, now turn on the lights. I'm looking for him too. I heard he keep his promises and never turn on you. I heard he ain't gon' cheat and he gon' never make no move. I heard he be there anytime you need him, he come through. Now turn on